It was a scary journey. It was definitely, well, for me, it was like, well, what would happen if you didn't think that you couldn't teach yoga? That was my question to myself, and then it was the journey to find the right teacher. So I looked at several and ended up here, which was the right thing, obviously for lots and lots of reasons. So walking in with the fear and the excitement, every element. I liked the structure of it. I liked Friday night, Saturday and Sunday. It was kind of exhausting, but I think it worked really well. So the weekend was committed, but we had our mornings to just get ready and then go into it. You held amazingly. All the energy in the room, the different levels, the different backgrounds. You could get everyone to be a yoga teacher. And I loved starting the day or the evening with a 2-hour practice that seemed to just, I don't know where the time went. So I loved how it ran. I loved what I learned. I loved the anatomy, alignment, body focus. I was terrified by it. I was intimidated by it. I felt less than, in a sense, compared to the other people in the room that I felt knew more than I did. And I've left the program with an enormous awareness of anatomy all the time. When I stand, when I sit, obviously when I practice, when I teach, and that keeps evolving. So I feel like I'm through doing the YTT, I'm relearning every time I go to class. So that was, that focus was, I think, brilliant for me. And Amelia's energy is incomparable. I loved that everyone could open up and did, including the teacher, and we were all humans together, and the fears dissipated, and we were not competitive. We helped each other. We assisted each other emotionally when it was challenging for any or all of us. It was very much, we were all held, but not mollycoddled. So we were forced to be uncomfortable and to grow and to learn how to teach this thing that we do.
Awesome.
Is that enough?
No,
there's plenty. I could go on, but
I'll ask you a couple more questions.
Sure.
What are you currently doing with the information you've learned? How are you sharing it, or how are you basically using it in your life or teaching? Or?
Well, one of the good things is that we were fortunate to have the Lululemon opportunity, which was terrifying but necessary. So sort of I was able to just jump into a class. At least, others did it first, so that felt a bit better. So I definitely use what I learn in my own practice. My awareness is like, I can't compare it to what it was before. I have, through circumstance, developed an interest in accessible yoga and yoga as being for everyone. And Amelia encouraged me to look to community teaching and suggested that that would be something that I could do and would be good at, and that's what I've done and I'm doing, and I get praised, so I must be good at it. It's really rewarding to bring awareness to a person who's maybe never felt within their body, and then to start developing that with them and just watching them. I had a lady on Friday who started the class and she was like slumped, and at the end of the class I said, Ruth, look how you're standing, like totally differently. So I'm enjoying giving yoga to people that have never experienced it. I'm about to do yin training, and I'm also going to do training for older people, people with less mobility. I'm quite passionate about it, and it's actually not something I walked into the training with. It's just something that's actually evolved. So, and I'm keen to learn more. A teacher of mine said, after you do your first training, you see what you don't know, and it's like, it doesn't end. And it doesn't end. So I think I really do believe that yoga is for everyone in some way or another, and that's where I'm moving towards, and just trying to get more gigs and see how it goes.
So, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else you'd like to share, or do you feel like you're good?
No, I've got plenty to share. Amelia is the real deal. Extremely professional and knowledgeable. The intelligent practice is hers, and we've talked about that, but it really is. I've practiced at many studios. I did research at various training information sessions, and I practiced here, and that was kind of it. So I appreciate that you teach from a place of truth, and you're not frightened of your own vulnerability. Sometimes I think that you're way too humble, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because we're all students. We're all, there's no expertise in yoga. You're not good at yoga. You don't win at yoga. It's only about it's about practice, and it's about becoming not perfect, but becoming more of yourself. And the space that was held here allowed for that, allowed for us to not only learn anatomy and about muscles and tendons and all that stuff, and about poses and structure and chakras and all the elements. It allowed us to be comfortable, not be scared, or be scared and then work through it. In particular, I'm grateful that when I did have a moment of, I don't want to be here, I had a few actually, but I nearly wasn't going to continue because the doubt came in, and that was just not allowed. And it was good. It was good, and I came to it myself, but when we had to set goals, and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do with yoga. I don't want to set a goal. Can I leave? And you're like, no, you have to stay. And I stayed, and I don't know that I had an answer, but it didn't matter, because, if other people had something more concrete, that's not my journey. And I'm very grateful, and you handled me very well. So I highly recommend Access the intelligent practice to anyone. I have recommended it to my friends who have done it, and I'll keep recommending, referring. I think you can do an amazing 200-hour training. You don't have to travel overseas. We have it here. We're in a beautiful area, in a beautiful space and studio, and I will be forever grateful. So thank you.